And thanks, Minister, for coming today, and thanks for undertaking the fundamental review of the excessive demand provision, because we have heard in the testimonies that how painful and many families have to go through a lot of emotional stress. I'm one of them. Many years ago, my mother-in-law's case of immigration was rejected because of medical inadmissibility. We have heard testimonies about the effort and the resources that are put into the mitigation plans when an applicant receives a letter warning they're facing a finding of medical inadmissibility. Immigration lawyer Michael Batista said they evaporate after a permanent resident becomes a permanent resident. He added his firm charges $4,000 to $5,000 to prepare a mitigation plan, as it's labor-intensive and those fees don't include extras like expert medical opinions. He added the system does seem to be economically biased towards those who can afford the legal fees to fight the determinations. Roy Haynes of Carleton University said, this creates a two-tier system, those who can afford legal help and to mitigate their cost, and those who cannot. And the latter or more often find the door to Canada is closed. Minister, can you please tell us what happens to these mitigation plans after they are accepted? I'm not suggesting enforcement of these plans, bearing outright fraud. We heard that systemic tracking would be expensive and a bureaucratic nightmare. It does lead to the question, though, what purpose do these mitigation plans serve? Are they achieving that purpose, and are they creating a two-tier entry into Canada?
So before I let Ms. Edlund answer the detail of the question, I'll say that the issues you raise around fairness, around accessibility to Canadian society base that are raised by this policy is precisely why we're studying it. It's precisely why it has raised issues around fairness. It is why we launched the review, and it's why we thank the committee for studying the issue, because we think that that will inform our approach moving forward to make it a fairer issue. And as some members have indicated, they would even prefer it to be eliminated completely, and that is certainly one of the options.
The concept of mitigation plans came into play after the Supreme Court of Canada decision in 2005 called Hillwitz and de Jong, where the two individual applicants wanted to present evidence of how they could mitigate the costs of special education in one example. And the Supreme Court of Canada said, we as a department need to listen to what those plans are and understand them and evaluate them. And so it was after that that we put the mitigation plan concept into effect in response to the Supreme Court's decision.
Are they achieving their purpose, do you think?
It's really hard to tell if they're achieving their purpose, because we don't track or monitor them after the fact. And as I said the last time I was here for this, before this committee with this study, we don't have any enforcement mechanisms possible to see whether or not someone's actually followed the plan that they put forward. So we don't have line of sight on that at all.
Thank you.